Hi, everyone. Here's something weird that you've probably never thought about. Why can the hair on your head grow down to your waist or even longer, but the hair on your legs barely reaches an inch? So, I'm a cyclist, and like many cyclists, every summer I shave my legs. For aerodynamics, cooling, and let's be honest, because it feels fast. Most cyclists shave their legs, and within a few weeks, the hair grows back to the same short length and stops. It's like the hair has a built-in ruler that says, this far, no further. While standing in the shower with a razor in my hand, a weird thought hit me. Why do I have to shave my legs over and over? But I never have to trim my eyebrows every 2 days? Think about it. If you never cut your head hair, it could grow for years, decades even. But your leg hair, arm hair, chest hair, no matter how long you wait, it stops at a certain length and just stays there. So what's going on here? Why does head hair basically grow forever while body hair knows when to quit? Turns out the answer is way more fascinating than you'd think. Today, let's talk about why different hairs on your body follow totally different rules. And no, it's not random. Here's the secret. All hair on your body has a growth limit. Yes, even the hair on your head. I know, sounds crazy. But here's the thing. Hair doesn't just grow continuously. It goes through 3 distinct phases like a cycle on repeat. Phase 1. Anagen, the growth phase. This is when your hair is actively growing. The follicle is in full production mode, pushing out new cells like a factory assembly line. Phase 2. Catagen, the transition phase. The hair stops growing and the follicle starts to shrink. Think of it as the hair taking a lunch break before retirement. Phase 3. Telogen, the resting phase. The hair just chills out doing absolutely nothing. Eventually, it falls out to make room for a new hair to start. Now, here's where it gets interesting. The length of each phase depends entirely on where the hair is growing on your body. And that is why your head hair can grow long enough to donate to charity, while your arm hair couldn't reach your elbow even if it tried. Let's start with the champion, head hair. The anagen phase for scalp hair lasts between 2 to 7 years. Your hair grows about half an inch per month, or roughly 6 inches per year. So if you've got a 6-year growth phase, that's potentially 3 feet of hair. Some people have even longer growth phases, which is how you get those Instagram influencers with hair down to their knees. Facial hair? Pretty similar. Beards can grow for about 1 to 3 years in the active phase. That's why you can grow a respectable wizard beard, but you rarely see someone with a beard dragging on the ground, unless you're a fantasy character or a mall Santa. But now, let's talk about body hair. Leg hair, arm hair, chest hair, back hair. Their anagen phase lasts only about 30 to 45 days. That's it. Just 1 to 1.5 months of growth, and then the hair says, I'm done, and enters the resting phase. Since body hair grows at roughly the same rate as head hair, about half an inch per month, that means it can only reach about half an inch to an inch in length before it stops growing and eventually falls out. And this is why you can shave your legs, and within a few weeks, the hair grows back to that same short length and just stops. The hair isn't remembering that it was shaved, it's just following its natural super short growth cycle. Let's break down some specific examples so you can really see the difference. Eyebrows. Growth phase of about 4 to 7 weeks. That's why you never need to trim them, unless you're going for a certain look. They know exactly when to stop. Eyelashes. Only 30 to 45 days of growth. Perfect little protective curtains for your eyes that never overstay their welcome. Armpit hair, 6 to 12 weeks. Theoretically, you could grow longer armpit hair if you waited. But, why would you want to? Head hair. The marathon runner of the hair family. 2 to 7 years of active growth. And here's a fun bonus fact. At any given moment, about 85 to 90% of the hair on your head is in the growth phase. That's why you've got a full head of hair most of the time. But body hair, most of it is just hanging out in the resting phase, doing nothing. That's why body hair seems way less active. So why did our bodies evolve these different growth cycles? Well, from an evolutionary perspective, it actually makes perfect sense. Our ancestors needed long hair on their heads for protection, from the sun, from the cold, from predators, from bumps and bruises. Head hair was basically nature's helmet. And facial hair? It probably played a role in protection too. Plus, it might have been a factor in sexual attraction and social signaling. But body hair? Having long, flowing hair on your legs or arms wouldn't really help you survive. In fact, it might have been a disadvantage. Getting caught on branches, holding onto dirt and parasites, making you overheat. So evolution basically said, let's keep the body hair short and practical. And that's exactly what happened. So there you have it. The hair on your head can grow seemingly forever because its growth phase lasts for years. But body hair has a short growth cycle, just weeks or a couple months, which is why it stays short no matter what you do. When you shave your legs, you're not making the hair grow back differently. You're just hitting the reset button on a cycle that's naturally super short anyway. Mystery solved! If you learned something new today, hit that like button and subscribe for more fascinating facts about the weird stuff our bodies do.